Now, assuming you've somehow crossed the first hurdle, which is getting your driver's license, should you consider buying a car? Should you rent or lease one? Which car should you get? And should you pay cash or get a loan for it? If you live in the UAE, fact is, owning a car is less of a luxury and more of a requirement. I grew up in the UAE back when there was not a lot of public transport. We didn't have buses or metros. The only three options of transport were your private cars, taxis, or you had to walk. Yes, connectivity has come a long way since then. But even now, if you don't have a viable bus route to where you need to get to, or if you don't have a metro station nearby, it still can take quite a few hours by public transport as compared to a few minutes by car. Plus, walking in the summer heat to and from metro stations and bus stops, and the long queues and huge crowds during peak hours can make public transport quite tiresome. Unless you're buying a Jag E-Type or a R34 Skyline GTR, chances are the car that you decide to go with is not going to appreciate in value. Or in other words, whatever car you decide to go with, it's a very high likelihood that the value of the car is going to drop drastically between when you buy it and when you decide to sell it. You see, even though a car is technically called an asset, between your fuel expenses, your maintenance, your car washes, parking charges, possible fines, and the depreciating value of your car, the car actually comes with a lot more cost than you actually might realize. Having said all of that, yes, I do think it still makes sense to own a car if you live in the UAE, but only in certain cases. Let me explain. I've seen banks offering car loans to individuals who are earning 3,000 dirhams a month. In my personal opinion, if you are earning 3,000 dirhams a month, please stay away from buying a car. You're much better off just using public transport. Even if you manage to save up 15 to 20,000 dirhams and buy a used car with cash, it may still not make sense to buy the car. This is because, as I mentioned earlier, there are a lot more costs that come with owning a car. If you earn only 3,000 dirhams, there's a lot less wiggle room. And with this kind of budget, you're looking at cars that could cost you a lot in terms of repairs and maintenance. What's scary is that many of the banks actually give you free credit cards when you apply for an auto loan. What this would actually mean is that when you can't afford the repairs and maintenance or the insurance or any of the other costs, you're going to be using that credit card, and then that credit card is going to put you in a lot of financial trouble. It's stressing me out just thinking about it, so please don't do it. But what if you have a higher income? What if you've done your budget and can actually afford a car? Here's another scary part. As far as I know, banks are approving car loans of 250 to 300,000 dirhams with an income of just 10,000 dirhams a month. This means you're earning 10,000 dirhams a month, but you can buy a car that's worth 300,000.
Wait, what? Why?
These are cases I'm sure you come across. Your friend loses his job and he can't afford the car anymore. No problem, right? Just sell the car. But your 300,000 dirham car is now only worth 210,000, which means you sell the car now, you get 210,000 dirhams in hand. But you still have 235,000 left to pay on that car loan to the bank.
Nice.
So what do people do? They either beg, borrow, steal to cover the difference, or they just abandon the car, or they get into massive credit card debt trying to recover. When I put it across like that, it all sounds a little funny. It sounds a little ridiculous. All because people don't budget and figure out what they can actually afford. Or even worse, they know they can't afford the car, but still go ahead and make the purchase just so that they can show off their wealth to their friends who at the end of the day don't even care what car you're driving. And even if they do care, why do you care what they think? But now, what if you actually make a decent income and you've budgeted for your car and know exactly how much you want to spend? Then by all means, go ahead and spend that money and buy the car. But it's very easy to get distracted by upgrades and options. It's very simple to greenlight the decision of spending that little bit more on your budget if the budget is only exceeded by 100 dirhams a month, let's say. Even though it's easy, don't fall for the trap. You've set the budget for a reason. Stick to the budget no matter what. So as long as you're sticking to your budget, you can put down your 20% down payment. Make sure that you're not spending over 10 to 12% of your monthly income towards your car costs. That is not only your EMI, but your other operating costs as well. And make sure your loan term is no longer than 3 years. This is because the longer your car loan term is, the more you'll be paying in interest, especially in the first few months of your repayment. And by spending just 10 to 12% of your monthly income towards your car expenses, you'll have enough wiggle room to actually spend on your day-to-day expenses as well as save and invest.
It's smart, Michael. It's very smart.
But now what if you're a baller? You have enough cash in the bank to buy the car outright. You're not making stupid decisions, the car is well within your reach, and you have the cash. What do you do then? Do you just go ahead and pay cash and buy the car, or do you still take out the loan? Now this is a little bit tricky because it's a matter of mindset. It's a matter of your character. If you're going to take that loan but use that remaining cash to save in an account like your Mushrek Neo Plus Saver account that offers you 6.25% returns per annum, then yeah, by all means, I would recommend taking that loan because you're getting car loans for as low as 3% in most cases and sometimes even less than 2% per annum. But if you are going to take that remaining cash and spend it and blow it up, then you might as well just use that cash to buy the car itself. By the way, link down below if you're interested in signing up for that Mushrek account. So long story short, yes, it can be worth it to take a loan for your car, but only if you can afford that car. The key is to make sure you have a budget and you're disciplined enough to follow through with that budget. The simple matter of fact when you are considering taking out a loan is that you should be able to get out of that loan without digging yourself deeper. Make sure that at any given point in time, you're working your money as hard as you can so it is in turn making money for you. I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.